Kyle joked all the time that she had lived alone so long she was turning into the old lady in number 13. All she needed was a bunch of cats. She'd love one, but she was allergic. She didn't take offense. Kyle really wanted her to find someone who made her happy, because after her last breakup, she'd shut down and shut men out of her life. Until recently, when she had finally gotten tired of her own company and started dating again. But over the last few years, Kyle had reminded her about what she was turning into by surreptitiously leaving the little ceramic critters on the shelf when she wasn't looking every time he stopped by. The number of cats staring back at her reminded her of just how much time had passed her by the last few years, how many days, weeks, months vanished, and she still wasn't even close to happy. Not the way she used to be. She scrunched up one side of her mouth. "You know I'm seeing someone now." Kyle shrugged. "How is Marcus?" "Good. We have a dinner date in..." She checked the time on the microwave. 10 minutes, which I need to get ready for." Kyle eyed her. "You're not in love with him." The gut reaction she had to that told her a lot about what she felt. And didn't. "How do you know?" "I know you. It's been weeks. Aside from telling me you started seeing him, I've barely heard anything else about him. There's no excitement in it for you." "It's new." "You need to either tell him the truth and see where that takes you, or let him go and really move on." Kenna knew they weren't talking about Marcus, but her ex, Max Wilde. "That ship has not only sailed, it sank." Kyle shook his head. "Stubborn. I wish I had the time to tell you all the ways you're wrong right now, but I've got to go." He put his hand out for the bag. She placed the handle of it in his palm but didn't let it go. He gave it a tug. "Seriously, I have to go." "I don't like this, Kyle. You're acting strange, not telling me the truth, and it seems like you're running away from something. That's not like you." He tilted his head. "You're doing it with Max." "He's moved on. In fact, he's moved on so many times since me, I bet he doesn't even remember what we shared." She waved that away as habitually as she stuffed her true feelings down deep. "Whatever it is that's got you scared, let me help." "You can't. Not with this. The last thing I want is for you to get involved. I'll handle it." She waited a beat, holding his gaze, hoping he would change his mind. When the silence stretched, she relented and released the snack bag. "Thank you." He pulled her into a rare hug and held her tight. She wrapped her arms around him, feeling his need for her to hold on to him. He bent his head and whispered, "Remember when we were kids? We used to play with all those codes?" She smiled, her heart lightening at the reminder of how close they'd always been. "We had a lot of fun with that. I was better than you at it." "Math nerd?" The affection in his voice matched the hold he had on her. He suddenly released her and held her by the shoulders, the bag bumping her side. "If I can't contact you by phone or email, I'll send a code." He rushed for the door before she could stop him and ask why he'd resort to childish games. "Kyle!" she called out, but he slammed the door behind him, leaving her with a whole lot of questions and worries about why he had to leave town so abruptly. "And I thought teenagers were dramatic." Still, what would send Kyle on the run and have him resort to code breaking to communicate with her? Chapter 2. Kenna scrambled to get ready for her date and ultimately decided to stay in the slacks and blouse she'd worn to work. She touched up her makeup, brushed her teeth, and called it done just as Marcus arrived, right on time. Kenna spent the whole car ride to the restaurant thinking about Kyle and imagining a number of scenarios that would send him fleeing from town for God knows how long. What was she supposed to tell their parents? When they got to the restaurant, she sat across from Marcus, not beside him. She didn't even think about sliding in next to him, not like she used to do with Max. She really needed to stop thinking about him. If only. She blamed Kyle for bringing him up. Marcus lowered his menu and stared at her. "Are you okay?" "No, because I can't stop thinking about what Kyle said about letting go of Max." Yeah, I'm fine." "Are you sure?" Marcus raised a brow and patiently waited. She hadn't even opened her menu yet. She didn't feel like eating. Worse, she didn't really want to be here. Her guts soured. This wasn't fair to Marcus at all. He'd planned a